Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Duke Silver, and today we are going to be playing Apoc for one last time here. And yeah, we put this one yesterday on stream, but I thought it was a fun one. I was kind of going through like my backlog of footage and just trying to pick out some of the more exciting or ones that I just enjoyed the best for our last few videos on the Storybook. But yeah. Again, we settled on Apoc for this one. We start off with a pretty decent shop there. With like. Sometimes I'll take an egg on Apoc just to conserve health, just because like your health is so important on Apoc. But we end up settling on a crafty. I think crafty is just like a pretty solid unit to start with, just because like any amount of treasures you get, it does get better. Although if you whiff on treasures, it is pretty embarrassing as you go on. Also, it doesn't have an alignment, so that makes it a little bit awkward, but. Again, if you hit any kind of treasure, and like it's generally pretty easy to hit treasures, just because like you can find like a Cindy, or just like you're taking pairs anyways. So, anyways, we get a genie's wish there with a spellweaver in the shops. We just fire that off, basically just hoping for an experience spell. Since there are 2 experience spells on level 3 with the genie's wish, you're like relatively likely to get. An experience spell out of that, so I generally like taking all the genie's wishes I see at least on level 3, and especially when I have things that scale spells. We're gonna pick up a Romeo here, mostly just to flip this Lonely Prince, and then we're probably just gonna take a roll. I mean, alternatively, we could just take the chicken and cast the spell, and then hold the chicken for next turn. Like if we were to take a roll here, like we wouldn't maybe be able to find either another Lonely Prince or another Crafty for a decent little power spike, but we do decide to take the chicken here and just cast the spell, getting us a big-ish range character, and that's a golden sure shot over on that side of the board, on Mad Catter's board. They took a reckless wager, and like their board is pretty strong, so I get it, but we do manage to come out on top there thanks to the Luna's Grace. We're at 43, so I don't think we're going to worry about the spell, even though it's a cantrip and it does scale the spellweaver a little bit. I think we want to just roll. We want to conserve our gold here. Oh, never mind, we did take it. I guess I misremembered. I thought that we just didn't take that there, but anyways, we take a roll and we find 3 eggs, and normally I don't generally like taking eggs, but when there's 3 of them, I figured like an Easter egg treasure plus a big egg would be a good tempo hit. And yeah, we actually don't take the Easter egg treasure just because, I mean, we're Apoc, we've got a couple pairs on top of this Easter egg treasure, but so I figured sorry, I figured the skipping stone was just going to be better. And yeah, we come upon a board, a ridiculous 3.2 board by Burning there. Shout out to Burning, who is #1 ladder player. For several months, I guess. Whenever he decides to, I think he's at like 7,500 rating right now. It's something ridiculous like that, and that's why, because you can see the double golden familiar plus golden spellweaver board, just absolutely ridiculous. So we take a pretty big hit. We were doing all right. We even with that health pot that we took, we still dropped down to 34 here. We got bottom board trophy hunter, so that shouldn't be as wild anyways, but there's a fair amount of stats, and our board, I guess, not particularly great. We do have this, we did pick up this Fanny to enhance our crafties there, but yeah, unfortunately we don't knock down that golden tree, and we end up taking a bunch of damage. So we're down to 23 after 2 combats. Not exactly where we want to be. As I said, with Apoc, your health is pretty precious. We're going to take the Ring of Regen here just to pad our life total. I don't feel confident enough that we can keep our daggers, but yeah, so the Ring of Regen I think is kind of a no-brainer there, and but that does give us another treasure, so we only need 2 more to get our skip stone done. And one thing that's really nice about the skip stone on Apoc is that means you don't have to necessarily buy XP. You just have to hit a few triples, and yeah, you can kind of play like a not great board. Like you can kind of hunt for triples a little bit easier because you know that you're going to eventually have a better board, so you don't have to be taking just like brand new tempo units all the time. You can again, you can hunt a little bit. Although again, you have to worry about your life total, but as I said, you just have to worry a little bit less anyways about building a great tempo board. There's another golden happy little tree, which we do manage to beat that time, thanks to the thanks to the Barning Palm we put onto our Spellweaver plus our last turn. And yeah, we get our Sure Shot triple, which is great. Dancing Sword and the good version of that treasure are not really great here, so we're just gonna pick up Lock Chest. We're kind of hoping just to get a treasure map out of this Lock Chest. We're hoping that we can get one more treasure, replace the Skipping Stone, and then get a treasure map after we've already flipped our board with Apoc. We do have the Cindy with a couple dwarves in shop, so we're actually going to cycle out this Tiny just to get some progress on Cindy and pick up this Fanny. Fanny doesn't play this turn though, unfortunately, but it'll be it gives us another pair anyways, and also gets us progress on Cindy. Kind of an unfortunate hit there to attack directly into our range before we get an attack off. But we do get a Ghost Fight, which is fantastic. And this is pretty much the turn that we want. We really want to get our Skip Stone done. We've got 2 pairs right now. Plus, if we could just buy a bunch of cheap dwarves. I don't think Greedy's the one that we want here. It's a little bit expensive, but buying level 2 dwarves and selling them essentially makes them cost 1 gold. So if we could just cycle a few of those out, then that would be great. Plus, we have those 2 pairs of dwarves, so that is an option as well. I considered the Lancelot there, but decided against it. There's just no reasonable way for us to get to the treasure this turn, so... Alright, we roll a few times, we find the Fanny, which is fantastic. We're going to take Forking Rod here. Just because, I mean, Forking Rod is just a great treasure. And we're going to double cast a removal spell, our Shrivel here. Even against the Ghost, just to make sure that we don't lose to the Ghost, because you never know when a strong player just disconnects and you can take a bunch of damage. And like, this is definitely not a terrible board. So the double Shrivel helps us out quite a bit. I mean, we make pretty short work of it, but that's probably thanks to the double Shrivel. Might have been a little bit closer. And yeah, then we go to level 6, and then we get our transformation at the beginning of the turn. Usually you want to be able to sell for it. But yeah, we get a Green Knight in the shop as well, and just a board full of trees. So we get kind of a perfect Apoc roll here, which is ideal. Excuse me. And yeah, we take a roll and we find another Ashwood as well. So we get extremely fortunate here, and now we're facing Burning, who had that double Golden Familiar on 3.2, and now it's our turn to have the ridiculous board. So. Yeah, that works. And yeah, look at that. We get the treasure map out of the Lock Chest as well, and we get the Ashwood triple, and there's a round table, and we just jam that immediately. Take another roll, and there's an Ashwood to lock, and I meant to grab the Heartwood Elder here, Heartwood Guardian, but unfortunately I went a little bit too fast and just snapped up the Wicked Witch there, and then I just realized exactly what I did and felt a little bad about it. I went for the considered going for the for the shame concede here, but decided we should play it out. Our board's pretty good even with that miss buy, I would say. So yeah, round table trees here on I think it's 5.2 now is pretty good, I would say. And yeah, getting the Ashwood triple and also having another Ashwood here means just yeah, our board's just ridiculous. We're not going to take the Heartwood Guardian. We're gonna take this Ghost Fight to just roll down and see if we can find any more level 6 trees. Another Echowood or Burnbeard or another Ashwood would be phenomenal. Another Green Knight to get a level 6 treasure would be great, and also would enhance our Golden Ashwood. Consider buying the Darkwood Creeper here just to replace the Empress P, but the Empress P still plays on board pretty well, especially if we keep it double supported. And there's an Evil Twin, which we're gonna lock, and we're gonna use that on the Green Knights, which I mean it may or may not be worth it, but we're gonna go for it anyways. And yeah, with the Empress P, because of Round Table, because it's getting a decent boost of toughness from the Green Knight. It's still providing a decent amount of stats to the Echo anyways. Alright, we get to use our Evil Twin here, and we're gonna get a Pandora's Box. We might as well try and high roll some more. I mean, Grail would be the perfect hit. Just build a full tree, a round table tree board, which would be a lot of fun. Obviously Mirror Mirror is the worst hit. It just doesn't really do anything with trees, but there's a couple other treasures that are fine. Magic Sword plus 100 is fine for with the Burn Beard. And Fairy Queen's Wand would be like very medium, but it would still be something. It would still enhance our Ashwood, which would enhance our stats. Like, it gives better than +7/+7 anyways. And we take a roll just looking for any tree to get onto our board, and we find a Darkwood Creeper, so we're going to take that. Now we got this Mad Catter. And we did end up putting the Empress P in front and not supporting the other Ashwood, just because like it spreads out our stats a little bit more. Although like enhancing the Ashwood does increase our round table stats, but this way the Empress P actually does something on the board, and we're not just playing a random 6/6 or whatever. All right, and we're gonna have another ghost fight, so we're just gonna sell down and play down and knighthood this other Ashwood and feel pretty good about that turn. That's a huge power spike, and we did get a Mirror Mirror out of our Pandora's box. Again, the worst treasure, but you know, I mean, after hitting that round table, we can't really ask for better. We can't really ask for more on top of that, I suppose. We get a little bit of scaling off of this creeper as well, which sort of increases the size of our board as the power added from the Ashwood does add on to that initial power. So it makes our board. Technically, every time we get +1 attack, it is giving them +1/+1. Briefly considered the pumpkin there. I think somebody in chat suggested the pumpkin, and I had to say no. We're round table trees. we don't need pumpkin. Pumpkin doesn't really work with this board that well. Considered locking for the Robin Wood there, but end up just not finding anything. And yeah, there we go. Burning sees the writing on the wall, and you can see Burning coming into chat and saying you ain't ready. And that's true. I was not ready for him to sell his board and just have a crocked Lordy with the Phoenix Feathers. So shout out to Burning for having a little fun there at the end board and realizing that he can't beat round table trees, and yeah, coming in and yeah, just I don't know, having some fun with it anyways. So but yeah, I thought this one again was pretty fun. Just like the explosive nature of how this Apoc game turned out. Like this is like the way that you want Apoc games to go, of course. Like we struggled a little bit through the mid game, but it got massively paid off after we get our transformation, and yeah, that's pretty much the way you just want it to go. So I thought this was a pretty good last Apoc game, pretty indicative of what the hero should be or wants to be doing, and yeah, this one was a lot of fun to play, anyways. And we had kind of a funny moment at the end there with Burning. Anyways, so I hope y'all enjoyed this. Please let me know if you did. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff that I'm supposed to tell you to do. Yeah, I hope you're all doing well, and yeah. Okay, so also, like I was talking about doing a retrospective video, and I'm still planning on doing that, but also I think I'm gonna do, we're gonna do like a watch party, and we're just gonna like kind of go over a bunch of my old videos and kind of like go through sort of how the game has progressed on my Twitch stream on Sunday. Sunday, I guess it's April 30th at about 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So that'll be happening on my stream. And then yeah, from there I'll probably make the video out of that. I'll do kind of like my post commentary like I do normally with just with like some of the footage that we go over in that though. But yeah, I think that should be a good time. Should be a nice little goodbye to Storybook anyways, and yeah, I don't know. It could be fun just to go back and look at all the at how the game has progressed and whatnot. Anyways, yeah, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.